Good morning, I'm Nivareti Manu, and this is your morning news fix for Wednesday, 2nd of October. In this update, Iran has begun launching missiles at Israel as sirens sound across the nation. This follows Israeli troops invading Lebanon in what the Israeli military calls a limited, localised and targeted ground operation against Hezbollah. CNN Israel correspondent Jim Shuto is in Tel Aviv and says he can see the sky light up as the missiles of Israelis' interceptors fire.
We're seeing them coming from multiple directions here. To my left, which is just to the north, and to my right, to the south. They're over our head.
BBC reports the launch comes shortly after Israeli police say there are multiple casualties in a shooting in Tel Aviv. And it's also reporting missile interceptions over Jerusalem. Teachers are shocked by how new curriculum material is being rolled out. Changes to NCEA Level 1 are being put in place before changes to Level 2 and 3 come into force in 4 years. However, a scathing survey by the Post-Primary Teachers Association shows the vast majority are dissatisfied with the new material. Union President Chris Abercrombie says the Ministry of Education and NZQA failing on several metrics.
The availability, the usefulness of the resources, the exemplars that teachers have been given, they're not satisfied with it, and all of these things that is leading to real issues with the teaching and learning involved in this assessment.
Dairy prices have reached a 2-year high. Overall prices are up 1.2% at the latest global dairy trade auction overnight. The price of whole milk powder is up 3%, while the price of skim milk powder is down 0.6%. Fonterra last week raised its forecast Farmgate milk price midpoint from $8.50 to $9. It cited strong demand from China and weak supply from other markets. Southern leaders aren't backing down in their campaign over Dunedin Hospital. Dunedin Mayor Jules Radick and all 14 of his councillors have penned a new joint open letter calling on the government to build the hospital in full. They say in the coming weeks, thousands of Southerners will be sending postcards to lawmakers to express their concerns. Southland District Mayor Rob Scott says there's a postcard lottery in the south where locals have even been forced to build a charity hospital.
Southland Hospital's quite often at capacity and the overflow goes out to Dunedin, but also some of those sort of core critical clinical services, we only have access to those in Dunedin as well.
Auckland Transport has again delayed new overnight parking charges in the CBD. They were due to come into force yesterday, where previously parking had been free outside the peak hours of 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. In a statement, AT says the latest delay is to allow all feedback to be heard on a suitable proposal. And in sport, the Crusaders are in talks to sign high-profile former Wallaby James O'Connor for next year's Super Rugby season. Luna Rossa has staged a stunning comeback from a nosedive to keep the America's Cup Challenger Series final tied against Ineos Britannia. Confidence from Olympic high jump champion Hamish Kerr that New Zealand has the infrastructure to host the World Indoor Athletics Championships after confirmation a bid is in the works. Finally, India have taken an 8-point lead at the top of cricket's World Test Championship after sealing a 2-0 series win over Bangladesh. I'm Nivareti Manu and that's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at midday from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.